What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Hmm. Interesting night. Definitely an interesting night. Just gonna see if anybody comes in. If not, call it a night. That'll be it. But yeah. Once upon a crime in the West. What's up, girl? Amy Darcy Marie? Kimberly S. Well, the reason why I titled it this, okay? The reason why I titled it this, Rhonda Doodlebug, how we doing? Was simply because I usually when I go on this time of night, um, I it's usually like five something in the afternoon or something like that. Well, right now it's probably like four, I guess, in the afternoon in Australia, and I've got this like oddly, I've got this weird little Australian following, which is kind of cool. I dig it. I asked for an Aussie Ronda. I absolutely did. Old Ma Frazee, Amy Darcy Marie. So, hey, listen. So, how many of y'all came over from Jay's 411 chat just now with D Wop and Hello Starlight? Yeah, 6 p.m. in Melbourne. What's up, Amy? That's my homegirl, Amy, right there, dude. Oh, I figured you might have fell asleep. Um, yeah. So, yeah. Listen, y'all, if you haven't checked out Once Upon a Crime in the West channel, like, go ahead and click on her name and subscribe to it. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can drop a link right here real quick. Because I never tell my mods I'm coming on. Because I'm a fucking weirdo like that. I'm like the anti-YouTuber. Where, like, I'm all over in everybody's fucking chats, but I go live and I'm like, oh, I'm just going live. Dude. But, so hold on, shut up, fool. Um, 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 let me get over here. Here we go. Here we go. I'll be with you guys in just a second. And here we go. Hold on. I'm a little more than halfway there. Shut up, fool. Turn this. All right. All right. I'm dropping the link right now for Once Upon a Crime in the West channel. Y'all need to subscribe to that shit cuz it is so much fun. This girl is incredibly funny. Um she's she digs Batman, and you all know me. You all know that resonates very, very, very well with me. So do yourself a favor, subscribe to her channel because she's really funny and she's very, very energetic, and she cooks. And today she made what she made today? She made hamburger steak, potatoes. Sat there watching her peel potatoes. It was fun. We had a good time. Um, what's up, Save Robbie? Yeah, and hopefully there's just a little bit of talks going on, but hopefully, um, some different things are gonna come up in the near future. Gonna try a couple new things out. So so absolutely, yeah. I definitely I've met some really cool creators here, and there's a couple that I definitely want to collaborate with a little bit, or at least eventually when I'm not too lazy. I'll get on here and I'll get on here through StreamYard, get on the same train everybody else seems to be on, and figure out how to use it. And I'll start having some other creators on here, um, and we're gonna talk about different stuff. Um, but what's up, Omar Frazee and Lily Lady 58, Ash 274? Um, I had an interesting night. I'm not gonna get too deep into it because if I'm not gonna call this a true crime channel, I'm damn sure not gonna turn it into a drama channel. So, but I I had an interesting night, and it was, yeah. I went into somebody else's chat because I like to know what's going on, because I like, it's funny that the drama entertains me, and I like to get as close to it as I can without getting, you know, without getting feelings. You know what I'm saying? So I like to explore, and I like to check things out. I like to size people up in the community, and the best way I get to do that is by talking to them. And I got on somebody's panel tonight, and it went exactly how I expected it to go. It sucks. I can't have coffee, so I gotta drink sweet tea, and I'm not real big on sweet tea. I mean, it's there, I'll drink it, but it's kind of like somebody described it as liquid cardboard with sugar, and I was like, yeah, that's true. Somebody once described to me sparkling water as television static, liquid television static, and I was shocked at how accurate that was. So, um, what's up, Darlene Wolf? Um, but yeah, man, it was funny, and I saw an old friend in that chat, and that old friend behaved exactly as I expected that old friend to behave, and and I kind of got just wasn't yeah, like I said, it went as expected, but I always hope for something better, you know. I always hope for the best. So anyway, you couldn't sleep, huh, Quinny? Yeah, you was over there in Jay's live. I saw you there. Gypsy Rhiannon. Oh, I remember you, Gypsy Rhiannon, from you got the Fleetwood Mac song for the name. That's right. Um, so yeah, yeah. See, I'm not gonna get too deep into what I saw there. Hey, what's up, the Finn? I'm not gonna get too deep into what I experienced over there, because really, when I was in there, I was just kind of like, you know, this is none of my business. Because I wanted to know. I thought that somebody was accusing somebody of some criminal activity, and I thought, because right now, being a new member of this community, and I feel like I made a lot of friends. Like I see you guys here in my chat, I see you guys in other people's chats, and I have a good time. It's fun, and no matter what time, it's all hours of the day, and it's really really fun, and it's really cool. So I'm really enjoying that, and so I get over there, and um oh wait, hold on, Shimmer Soul, what's up, Shimmer Soul? You saying, have I ever thought of doing a McCamey Manor series? I don't know what that is. Yeah, old Ma Frazee, you might want to change the name. Yeah, Once Upon a Crime in the West, absolutely. The amazing yet crazy world of YouTube. It is absolutely fucking bananas, dude. Yo, I was I was totally in this lady's I was in this woman's chat. She was just yapping, man. She was just mindlessly yapping. And she was going off about Jay. And the reason why I heard about it was because somebody mentioned it in Jay's chat saying, "Oh, this girl's over there." I didn't even know the history. But I don't know. I like to check shit out. I like to check shit out, and I like to size people up. And the way I size people up is I agitate them a little bit. It's not the coolest thing in the world to do. I realize that it's not very nice. And I agitated her, and I agitated her mods, and it was a little, yeah, it was a little immature, but there was a method to my madness because I wanted to know. What I was hoping to do was corner this person into like realizing how petty what they were talking about was. I mean, it was really, really petty. So I was just kind of chipping away and asking questions like from severe to petty, and like every time she answered, it proved pettier and pettier and pettier. So I was just like, eventually, I mean, it started off with these crazy accusations about somebody, and then I was like, okay, we'll prove those allegations. Well, I don't have the proof with me on hand at the moment. You can't expect me to just produce. And I was like, sure I can. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to go live, right? If you're going to go live and accuse somebody of a borderline crime, and first you're going to say she technically didn't commit a crime, and then later you're going to say she did commit a crime, and then I'm going to ask you, did you file a police report for that crime? And then you're going to say, but before you said something like that there was no crime ever committed from this person. So I'm just kind of like, all right. And then it just boiled down to, no, man. As far as I'm concerned, me and Gray are cool. As long as, I mean, I heard through the grapevine that he unblocked me or whatever. I guess maybe he watched my live or something where I did apologize. Um, and as far as I know, me and Gray we're cool in the sense. I mean, I again, like, it's not like we're friends. I don't know the dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, you know. But as far as I'm concerned, like, he ain't mad at me and I'm not mad at him. So that's that's all I give a shit about. I don't like I don't like having weird bad blood when it's over something real stupid, you know. And and yet if it's a situation where I was in the wrong in a lot of the way, then uh you know, if somebody decides to block me over it, then I just, I live with it. It's fine. I move on. But, and if they decide not to see, not to, if my apology, my sincere apology, doesn't hold any water to them and it's meaningless to them, then that's cool too. You know. But at that point, I'm good with myself because I acknowledged my end of that, and I did apologize for it, and it was a sincere apology. What's up, hello Starlight, Lily Lady, Undercover Boss? What's up, like Lucky Crank? So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I all I wanted to do was make right my end of that, and that's cool. Like, I don't have any real desire to like talk to the dude anymore. We had a conversation. He knew what I was trying to say. I shouldn't have said it under those circumstances, I don't think. But going back to what I was talking about before, yeah, I get, I'm typing and she's going and going and going and she's talking way faster than I can type in her chat. And so I'm like, just put me on your panel, because I see she's using StreamYard, and I'm like, just put me on your panel, and we'll talk about it, you know, and I did, and it was, again, it was like she was like, you know, it's like from serious to petty. So I'm trying to eliminate the serious, because I'm suspecting that why she's angry is for petty reasons. And we got there, and I was like, at that point, I was like, you know what? And then she even realized it. She beat me to it, and she was like, I don't think that we have anything else to say to each other, because I don't think you're going to understand where I'm coming from. And I was just about to say, yeah, I don't, I agreed with her. I was like, I don't have anything else to ask or contribute to this conversation at all, because you're fucking, yeah, I can't relate to what you're so mad about. There's nothing about what you were mad about that I could relate to. I thought you were accusing somebody of committing a crime or being party to a crime that has been committed. That's what I was trying to figure out. But there was nothing. So I don't give a fuck about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it turned out to just be YouTube drama. I don't give a fuck about the YouTube drama. I have not involved myself in personal attacks of YouTube drama. I'm interested in the Oni situation, as I've said many times, because it is a horrible thing that has affected this entire community. So I'm a part of this community now, and I love this community now, and I don't like to see people fucking people up, in this horribly malicious way, and put people in danger. People could get killed doing that shit. So I'm not interested. And beyond that, I'm not interested. And then an old friend popped up in the chat. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and address it. Why not? Fuck it. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? Okay. So big thing here. All right. I'm going to get it out of the way, and this is all I'm going to say about it. So I don't know the details of why K and J don't get along anymore. I don't know those details. And the main reason why I don't know those details is because A, I don't ask, and B, because when I'm told those details, I kind of tune it out, because I just, it's not interesting to me. It's not something that concerns me. It's not something that makes a difference in my life. And the reason why that is because it's none of my fucking business. So that's why I don't know anything about their personal relationship. Now, why K blocked me has nothing to do with, well, as far as I know. Let me rephrase that, because the behavior that I saw tonight kind of contradicts that point. So scratch that I said that. Kay has me blocked for the fact that when she had Carol Ann Cadle on her live twice, when she had, or Cheryl Ann Cadle, whatever the fuck, the plagiarist. He had that fucking dumb hag on her fucking live, and in the chat, I was basically asking her questions that I felt they held some water, things that we should know about. Why aren't the letters? I asked her, why weren't the letters posted or printed in the book? Are the letters printed in the book? And if not, why aren't they? I think somebody else asked if the letters were printed in the book. And then I said, well, if not, why aren't they? How do you expect us to believe for sure? Are you gonna? Do you really think that anybody's going to believe the word of Chris Watts being a known liar? He's been lying since the first night, right? Since the very first day, since the first interview, the TV interview, he's been lying. So why are we going to believe the word of? Why should we buy your book? We're going to believe the word of a liar and a convicted murderer. So I was already calling this lady a fraud, and then I got blocked, right? But yes, I do think that it has something to do with my association with Jay. I didn't before. But I do now. Now, I had nothing but kind things to say about Kay. But I don't agree with I don't agree with latching yourself onto somebody who you're smart enough to know. You're smart enough to know when somebody is selling bullshit to people. She's basically ripping people off. And you're smart enough to read a book. You pride yourself on being so educated. You're going to tell me that you didn't read that book and call bullshit on it. I didn't even have to read it. All I had to do was listen to this lady talk about her own fucking book that she plagiarized and know she was full of shit. I didn't even have to read it. So, the fact of the matter is, I called her out on it because I don't like that. And I thought Kay to be better than that. And so I asked simple questions, but exactly what I expected to happen happened. I was warned by one of her mods, "Hey, Will, please be polite to our guest on the panel." But I was like, okay, I'll ask these questions that she doesn't want me to ask, but I'll do it politely. Then I got blocked. So, But then, it's more than that. It's more than that because when I was in this chat, of course, somebody who is enemies with Jay, and I don't even care about that. All I cared about was like if she had definitive proof, and I don't care if it's Jay or anybody else. I love Jay to death, but the fact is I was asking for proof. I was like, if you have proof that she had something to do with this shit, man, I want to see it. I think everybody deserves to know if somebody was absolutely guilty of this. But of course, I don't believe that. I know why would she totally fucking get all this evidence against him and show it? She collected all the evidence. She showed the evidence. This man is guilty, and there's no way that he's gonna fucking. She's more brokenhearted than almost everybody else that I'm seeing crying on YouTube about how this guy broke their heart because he was their friend. There's a bunch of people feeling this way. There's a shit ton of people feeling this way. But instead of this person focusing on the fact that there is a serious problem in this community and it's still happening, and it's happening to really good people like Cab 7. So instead of this person focusing on what I think is very, very important, and since it happened to her, it happened to this creator that I was debating with, her focus was just yelling at Jay. I said that was petty. I said that was irrelevant to the issue at hand. And then, of course, she took it as a personal attack, twisted my words around, and said that I said that she was irrelevant. And then called me a gaslighter. And I was like, what? Which I totally expected to happen again. But Kay showed up in that chat, and she made some shitty comment, and it was a shitty comment regarding Jay, and it was a very vulgar comment regarding my friendship with my new friendship with Jay, and I quick-wittedly answered back, and and then I kind of warned her because came at me with something else, and then I kind of warned her, and I said, "You don't want to get in a battle of wits with me. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get ugly." And you had me blocked, so you're not even brave enough to get into a battle of wits with me. So I don't recommend that you do this now and here. And then, sure enough, as soon as that happened, I get timed out. So I waited patiently till my timeout was over, and then I typed in, "Hey, is this how you run your channel? You time people out when they ask productive questions. That's real brave, you know?" And so I asked another question that they didn't like. And then I got timed out again. And I was totally respectful the whole time. Makeup Mobster was even nice to me at first. She was nice to me the whole time, as far as I know, as long as I was in there. Makeup Mobsters was she was like, well, well, you have to understand this and this and this. And but she was polite. She wasn't insulting me. She wasn't. So I was like, I thanked her for being kind in that chat, because I know she's very capable of being hot-headed. And she was very kind to me, so I thanked her for that. But, I want to go on record saying that at no point I have it. There's lives on Jay's channel. There's a live on Jay's channel where I was attempted to get baited into talking about Kay and saying negative things about Kay regardless, but I have refused to do that because I know that there is a personal conflict between Jay and Kay. And I did not want to contribute to one side or the other in that personal conflict. That has nothing to do with me. I am not going to get dragged into that. I could give a fuck about it. So I have never, ever, ever said anything negative to Jay about Kay. That has never happened. So I have always I have always had gratitude for Kay for the way that I started on here. And I started off with her. And a lot of my first subs came from her. So I've never stopped having gratitude for that. So the reason why I'm bringing this up and I'm talking about it is because it's a good example. It's a good example of how I'm trying to go on living my life. I'm trying to go on living my life in a certain direction. In a certain direction that is positive and that is productive. And there was no... I am absolutely at peace with the fact that I am the kind of person that if I see something wrong and I see that you're doing something that I think is morally wrong, I'm going to call you out on it. As I would expect anyone to call me out on it if I was. And I would absolutely expect to be called out on something that I'm doing wrong, and I will do everything I can to dig deep for the humility to take responsibility for it and try to make it right. Because that's what I would want anybody else to do. I'd rather not punish someone. I'd rather just make them, help them become self-aware. I work really, really hard to be self-aware, and it's a liberating feeling to be self-aware. So I highly recommend it to others. That's basically how I live my life right now. So that's how I justify calling people out on their bullshit. Because it's the truth. It's the absolute truth. If you're seeing things a certain way and you're not and you're not wanting to see them any way else, then you've probably got a problem. And you're probably really unhappy. And I've been real happy lately, so I like to recommend that to other people. And when I see something that's that fucked up, because I talked about it last night, when I see something that's that fucked up, when it comes to someone doing wrong, because what she's doing, she might not. Okay, what's going on with Kay? I listened to her live, and it was a total... I mean, I was laughing about it because I was like... I went live and I talked and I played that one video from that creator, Kimberly. and it was a fun video to watch. And I knew the next move was Kay was gonna get wind of it. See, Kay's got eyes everywhere. Kay's sitting there in that chat and she's saying, I don't do anything. Everybody thinks that I do stuff to people, but I don't. You know, blah blah blah. I don't do anything. I don't have time, she says. But I've been in that monkey chat. And she's got a lot of people doing stuff in her name, and she doesn't. And in her defense, she doesn't know half of it that goes on. They just do shit just to do shit, but they do it in her. They represent her when they do it, and then she's all shocked when some shit fucking comes back on her, and she's like, "What the fuck, people?" You know, because the people in that chat, they do dirty shit. I'm not going to get into what, but I saw it. I was there. And I didn't care. Hell, even I did something that I'm not very, very proud of while I was in that chat. It was a mistake. It wasn't on purpose. It was, well, the act itself was on purpose, but it was a misunderstanding in how I perceived the situation when I did it. And I'm not justifying it. What I did was stupid. And then I did my very, very best to undo it very quickly as soon as it happened. And when that comes back on me, I will take responsibility for it, and I will discuss it, and I will be absolutely candid about it, if it ever does. But till that time, I don't feel the need to throw anybody else under the bus in particular. So, but the fact of the matter is that I have had no issues with Kay at all. No issues with Kay. Like I said, I felt nothing. My only feelings for her have been gratitude. Now, however way she feels about me is, you know, whatever problem that she has with me is exactly that. It's her problem. I don't have a problem with Kay. But I get in that chat. That one creator, and I'm not even trying to keep her anonymous. I just can't even remember her fucking name at this point. But I get in that chat with that creator, and, you know, then I got bombarded, and Kay showed up. She started throwing nasty insults at me. So, here we are. But I just wanted to go on record to say that I don't have any problems with Kay. None at all. Other than the fact that I think she is responsible for something that happened within her community. I think she took advantage of her patrons, and she should be held accountable for that morally. I don't know if she broke the law. I don't know about that. But I think it's shitty that you had to know. You had to know that book was bullshit. You had to know. You saw an opportunity, you jumped on it, and then you went live, and then you tried to absolutely separate yourself from this person and throw her under the bus by showing text messages and reading some, you know, thing with some whatever it was she was reading that she wrote, and then talking about how she's going to write a book and whatever. But all I've wanted to do since I joined YouTube and I've joined this community was to have a good channel and make friends. And make friends without any bullshit. Without any drama. That's all I wanted to do. So, this is me basically saying, whatever this elephant in the room is that's going on, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to bring it up. But I want to be clear about the fact I don't care about J and K's conflict. It doesn't matter to me. It's not my problem. The reason why I care about the Oni situation is because it's a situation that affects us all. The reason why I talk about the K situation is the same reason I talk about Mary Marlowe's channel. Mary Marlowe's channel is very, very irresponsible, and she's making accusations about people that in this country are innocent until proven guilty. And I do not approve of that. And I think it's very, very irresponsible. And I'm going to talk about it. If I feel strongly about it, I'm going to talk about it. Anybody with a YouTube channel who feels strongly about something in this community or any other one is going to talk about it. And that's what I'm doing. I want my environment to be better. That's it. So I'm going to go over and look at the chat a little bit. Yeah, that's as far as that drama is going to be taken with me. At this point, I don't have anything else to say about it. Um, because I what's happened is we're talking about somebody who makes these. She I get into her. I basically spoke my mind about something. I never even named her name until now. When I discussed what I thought was ugly and was going on in the community as far as what I saw and my opinions about it, I didn't even name her name out. And the only reason I'm doing it tonight is because uh, I saw a lot of animosity towards me in that chat, and it was coming from somebody who doesn't even who won't even have me won't even speak to me directly about it. And it was really, really funny to me. Like, what happens is uh, this is a person who seems to have a problem with me, but instead of messaging me directly, which she absolutely could do, she just never does. She goes and she talks to one of my mods that she knows is one of my mods and is in her Patreon chat. And she's I'm not going to get into her personal business, but she's suffering right now physically with a lot of ailments. So it's almost like an act of bullying in a way. And there's no reason. She's asking her questions about me, and she's coming to me going, I don't know what to tell her. I'm like, tell her whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to sit here and play that game where it's like, oh, don't tell her this or tell her that. I don't have anything to hide. So I'm like, tell her whatever the fuck you want. And if you don't want her to message you, tell her to fuck off. But the thing is she's a fan of hers. She doesn't want to be caught in the middle of that shit. And that's cool. She likes her. And I don't like the idea of one of my mods, much less one of my listeners, being uncomfortable or being felt like they're stuck in the middle of something that they're really not in the middle of, because there has to be a second party who feels just as strongly as the other one to be caught in the middle of something. And I'm not caught in the middle of shit. Or I'm not part of somebody getting caught in the middle of shit. You know? I'm not caught in the middle of shit. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not caught in the middle of a fucking thing because I keep from being caught in the middle of fucking things. I just like to know what's going on, and I like the idea of trying to figure out if anybody is interested in putting aside petty differences to build some credibility for this community. That's it. So if that's not for you and you don't like it, yeah, Amy, I mean, that's it. I'm letting it go. I mean, I'm just putting it out on the table right now, and I don't yeah, I don't want I don't want to pollute anything everywhere else when it comes to my bullshit with somebody else. Because it's not even, I don't have a problem with anybody. Other than that, I'm going to speak out. If you're doing something that's fucking ugly and I don't like it, I don't agree with it, I'm not going to be quiet about it. I'm going to express my opinion about it. And I was doing it quietly in the sense that, first of all, I was addressing the person directly in their lives and in their chat. And if they would have joined one of my chats, I would have addressed them directly as well. I would have had no problem doing so. But that didn't happen because I was kept from having any opportunity to be able to do that. So all I know is I do want this channel to be fun. I want everybody to have a good time. Um, and and I hope everybody's having a good time here because I'm having a good time. But these things, I just, yeah. Amy, yeah, right. You're saying she is just trying to bait you to debate you and deface you. That's it. But see, she's not. What she's trying to do, because if she wanted to do that, she would just do it. She would message me directly. That's what I'm saying. She hasn't done that. What she does is she goes over who she perceives as my weakest moderator on my team and then goes after her and badgers her. Whereas, ironically, she's actually the strongest member of my moderate of my mod team. So, speak of the devil. So that's where I'm at on that. And I would happily discuss these things with her. I would happily do so. But that would never happen. What she'd rather do is just go on other channels and try to uh, discredit me, and that's okay. That's okay. But if that's going to happen, which I know is going to happen, I just wanted to say my piece here. And I have a platform to where I can do that. And uh, and what's funny is I've got a lot of fun stuff lined up in the future, in the very near future, and I'm looking forward to doing that stuff. And I'm really hoping that other people are willing to do that stuff with me, because like I said, I've met some really cool people here, and I like to have fun. But I don't want these kind of problems. So, um, that is not what this channel is about. It's not what I'm trying to make it about. And that's all there is to it. Yeah, Miss Murder. That's not the plan. I just want you to know this is not the start to something that's like that. This is this is me attempting to end something. Um, I I don't even have any plans on addressing the Shareland Cadle thing any further. I really don't. Um, I was very to the point and very I was very to the point and very brief about how I felt about it yesterday, and I didn't even name any names. But I mean, I could see. I got a little peek on the on another side of what was brewing and what was happening, and so I just wanted to cut the legs off of that before it started to build up in that sense. Tristan Wright. Sorry. There's a lot of people in this chat right now, so I'm well, more people than I'm used to anyway. So I'm just trying to go over everything here. What's up, Mignon? How you doing? Yeah. Yeah, see, Amy, yeah, whether I agree with you or not, I mean um that that's not I don't want to get into that. I'm not going to sit here and say and engage in any type of, even if it's not even bad name calling. Like, I'm not going to sit here and try to act like I'm summing her up and her personality, because that's not what I'm trying to do. Um, I want to. Yeah, I made it. I was very clear. I refused to say personal to take personal attacks at anybody here. That's not what I'm trying to do. Um, Thanks, undercover boss. Carrie McDonald, Rennie. Sorry. How you doing? I mean, I'm really glad to see everybody here. And it sucks because usually we have more fun, you know. But yeah, that was on my mind, and I wanted to share it with you guys. I want to be honest with you guys, because this is the thing: is like, I really, really consider all you guys like friends of mine. Like, I'm really, really grateful that I have this many people watching and and seem to have a certain level of faith in me, and um, I can't do that off of a platform of dishonesty or being ingenuine in any way. I just don't want to be like that with you guys. So I don't want to dupe you in some way and be like, yeah, let me dance and sing just to keep you entertained, and don't unsubscribe. Like, I want this to be. This is. I don't want this to be like a job. I don't want to have to keep up with some sort of persona. I want to be. I want to have fun doing this, and I want to have fun doing it, being exactly who I am. And I want to be able to feel comfortable with you guys being exactly who I am when I'm on here. Um, so, so when something like this is going on, you know, uh, you guys jump around from chat to chat, and you hear things, and before you start going, don't talk that way about Will, because Will's a good guy and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather you just not even waste your time. People are gonna say whatever they're gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't even worry about it, because I'm not worried about it. That's my point. The point to all this is that I'm just not worried about it. You know, I'm being very honest uh, about the situation with that, because people are trying to. Because I could see that people are you know because I'm all over in the other chats too, and I could see that people are kind of, what's Will's deal? You know what I'm saying? He was hanging out with Kay, and then he's not friends with Kay anymore, and now he's with Jay, but he won't say nothing bad about Kay to Jay, so everybody's just kind of like, what's going on with Will? And that's it. I just explained it to you as best as I could. So, just so you guys and me are all on the same page. That's all it is to it. That's all there is to it. There's nothing to it other than that. You know, it's all laid out for you. So now you know where I'm coming from. Now you know where I stand on that. Yeah, Dari D, I absolutely agree. I'm a poet and didn't know it. What do I think about Cato's plagiarism? I think that it's fucking despicable, man. Like, the thing is it's funny. I think that Carolyn, that Sherilyn Cato. What I think about her is that she saw an opportunity. She took advantage of that, and I explained this yesterday. She took advantage of um, people who are just obsessing over this case when there's nothing to obsess over anymore. I think the way it spawned was people got really, really angry. People were following this case super duper closely, and there were tons, tons of Facebook groups, right? There were tons of Facebook groups revolving around this case when it first broke, and everyone was talking about it. I was an admin in one of those groups, and everyone was talking about it, and then the and then what happens is, out of nowhere, we had nothing. The press, the cops weren't releasing anything to the press. We had nothing. Hold on one second. Right. um, we didn't have anything to go on that case. Um, but then out of nowhere, Chris Watts pleads guilty. He puts in a guilty plea, right? And so then there's a sentencing. So all of this was extremely anticlimactic because a lot of these people, most of these people, were expecting the drama of a trial. That's what happened with Scott Peterson. That's what happened with Casey Anthony. Everybody wanted the next OJ, Casey Anthony, Scott Peterson. Everyone wanted that. And everybody thought that was going to happen. Everybody was convinced that this was going to happen, and then it didn't. And so what happened is everybody fucking snowballed. And their anger and frustration snowballed, and they started making things up, and they started discussing things that don't even need to be discussed. And then they go over the discovery, and they start interpreting things out of the discovery, and they start saying that there's 30 pages missing from the fucking discovery, and where the fuck is the discovery? The 30 pages from the discovery, oh my god, there's a conspiracy, and blah, 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 blah. And everybody just went fucking nuts, right? And everybody wouldn't stop talking about it. And more than a year later, people just kept on fucking talking about it, right? And then some people built YouTube channels off of it, and they keep talking about it, and that's fine. I criticized it, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, you're still talking about the fucking Watts case? You know, it was annoying because there was nothing new about it. There was nothing fucking new. But then I was like, there's nothing wrong with that, because if there's people still willing to talk about it and they're obsessed with it, then that's fine. I feel sorry for those people. It's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous to be obsessed over it, but whatever. So if you're a YouTube channel and you're kind of capitalizing on that, and you're just going over the facts over and over again, and you're going over different perspectives, but you're not straying from the facts, then I don't see anything wrong with that. Not morally, anyway. But when you're making shit up just to get subscribers, and then somehow or another, everything revolving around this case, these YouTube creators that built channels around this case ended up bickering at each other, and then it turned out to be the Real Housewives of Chris Watts on YouTube, and it got fucking crazy. It got fucking crazy. And so everybody's glued to their YouTube over this shit. This thing has spawned into this whole nother weird fucking wild monster that doesn't make any fucking sense. But then, this woman sees an opportunity. She sees an opportunity, and she says, well, if I write a fucking book, and, I'm sorry. She says, if I fucking rip off a book, or I release a book about this shit, all of these fucking people, there's money to be made. There's a market here. There's a market because there's a bunch of fucking crazy people that sit around fucking behind their computers and their phones talking about this shit nonstop. So there's and it's thousands and thousands of people. And then you poor motherfuckers gave her your money. And you know what? I mean, if you're going to give somebody your money, right? And the book sucks, that's the risk you take. You know what I'm saying? If the book just fucking sucks, that's the risk you take. If I fucking go to the movies and I'm like, oh my god, Like I walked out of Waterworld mad as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I was mad as fuck, but I was mad at myself because I was like, fuck, man, I got took because I paid money to see this shitty ass movie. They spent all this money. It was the biggest budget movie of all time at the time or something like that. And then but if you go out and buy a book and the book just plain sucks because the person can't write, well, that's on you. It happens. Bummer. That's the risk you take. But when somebody plagiarizes another book, that's theft. That's theft. That's theft from the person who wrote the book, the original one that they stole from, and that's theft from the people buying it. You're ripping those people off. So if you're directly involved with somebody who does this and you put your name on it, you don't get to just weasel out of it. You don't get to just be like, oh no, I'm just as much of a victim as anybody else. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, dude, you did that shit too. You took money for it. You took money for that book. If you took money for that book, your hands are dirty. Happened. So, yeah. The Finn, to answer your question, that's how I feel about Cato's plagiarism. I don't know how much clearer I could be about it. It's shitty. It sucks. It's fucked up. I think anybody who spent money on it should demand it back. Yeah. I Once upon a Bobby, I'm gonna just call you Bobby because I'm not gonna say Once Upon a Crime in the West a million times. But yeah, it's yeah. I mean, it's word for word. The entire introduction to the book is plagiarized. It's crazy. Like literally, all the original author had to do was open the book and look at it and go, "Wait a minute." I mean, come on, you know. And it's not like this woman's. It's not like this woman's book was that popular. She probably thought, oh, okay, well, I'm a true crime junkie and I read this book, but nobody else really knows about this book. So if I plagiarize it, then nobody's really gonna know. But come on, man. Come on. You expect to sell thousands and thousands of copies of your book? That's your dream, right? The main goal, right, is to make it a #1 bestseller. Come on, man. That's totally what the end game was. I'm gonna make it a #1 bestseller. You don't think that's gonna come back to you? Come on, man. That's the kind of stupidity that made her so transparent to me as a liar when I was watching her on Kay's fucking live. Fuck, man. Ash 274. I don't even remember who the lady was that. I don't even remember who the lady was that she ripped off. I want to say Karen or something. Was it Howard? Her last name was Howard. I'm like 99% sure of that. Yeah, that was the first thing that caught my attention, the Finn. Then she said, no, I didn't do it for the money. I was like, ah, you're a fucking liar right there. She said that shit right on Kay's channel, talking about I didn't do it for the money. The fuck out of my face, she didn't do it for the money. What the fuck you selling it for then? Why is there a price tag on it, stupid? Come on, man. First mistake has been trying to make everybody else feel like they're stupid. Or like you take us for idiots. That's your first mistake. That's exactly what she did. And then the other shit just started fucking snowballing in my head. Like, I was like, okay, yeah. I don't know who Scott is, Bobby. Yeah, man. So that's all that happened, man. This woman saw an opportunity, right? But I mean, I don't see. That's the thing is, I don't even have a problem with that. I don't even have a problem with that. Everybody, there's no such thing as an entrepreneur who's not an opportunist. I mean, come on, let's get real, you know? But this was an opportunist who had absolutely no writing talent whatsoever, and she didn't even have enough talent to pull off lying about having talent. How the people blow my fucking mind, man. This is Darlene Wolf, man. This is my last smoke. You saw I only had like half of it. Like a dickhead, I didn't even go to the store and get cigarettes. I didn't really. Well, I was probably gonna go live earlier, but then Jay was live, and I love Jay's lives, and I wasn't gonna miss him. I wasn't gonna miss it. Um, and that was the thing, is like even today, like take Jay's live for instance today, the Chris Watts thing. Of course, yeah, she's talking about Chris Watts, but it makes sense. What it came off to me, what she was doing, I didn't even know she was doing it, But what came off to me, what she was doing by playing the Chris Watts Confessions compilation. I mean, it's the end of the year. It's been a crazy, fucked up Chris Watts year. It makes sense. She's been talking about it. It makes sense to fucking put something up like that. It's what her listeners tune in for. There's nothing wrong with that. It's supply and demand. Plain and simple. There was nothing unethical about it. But when you fucking put up lies, or you go live and you start telling lies, then you get a fucking problem, man. Whether it's because you're greedy, or whether it's because you're greedy because you got a drug problem, which I suspect is Mary Marlowe's problem, and I hope she gets help, because the theories that she's coming up with are fucking outrageous. I'm not even saying that it's a fucked up thing to believe. I have people in my chat, people that I like very much in my chat, who actually think that Cole Kessinger's guilty. You're welcome to that opinion. I disagree with it, but that's fine. But when you start making up crazy fucking rumors, you have this huge platform, and you start accusing this dude's coworkers of shit. These people who are just fucking trying to live with the fact that that the guy that they worked with every day fucking killed his family, a guy they considered a friend, and you're gonna start lumping them up into the crime? Come on, man. That's ugly. Don't do that. That's ugly, dude. Yeah, and Cato was on Dr. Oz too, old ma. Cato was on Dr. Oz too. You know? I mean, I don't know, man. It's. I mean, if you're gonna be smart, I'm gonna praise you for being smart. Not if you do something fucked up, but if you do something smart, if you have a smart idea and you're too stupid to execute it, and you're too stupid to execute it legitimately, and then you're too stupid to execute it illegitimately and illegally, well, I'm fucking gonna laugh at you. You're a goddamn fool. I mean, you are an idiot. Yeah. So I'm sitting here. Jalen Cato. If you're looking at this, you are a fucking jackass. This is what you get. It's what you get. You did this to yourself. Nobody else did this. Kay didn't do this. You did this. You went on Kay's channel. You lumped yourself up with Kay. So everything that happened to you because of decisions you made. Me sitting here talking about you and calling you a fucking jackass all over the internet is based on a decision, as a result of a decision that you made. Period. So I hope you got a good lawyer. Yeah, Darlene Wolf. Yeah, people. Yeah, it was crazy. What happened with the Chris Watts thing was a mass it was a mass feeling of anger, and they felt cheated. Everybody thought that that shit was going to go to trial, and when it didn't go to trial, people reacted, and they reacted irrationally, and then it created this completely and totally fucking wild subculture, and it totally, good night, Doodlebug. And it totally spawned this really fucked up subculture here on YouTube. And then everybody, you got you got this whole, let's, I don't want to say community because I don't really like to include, you know what I'm saying, but you got people like fucking Limonade, calling her channel a true crime channel, and all she's doing is talking about Chris Watts. She doesn't even know what the fuck she's talking about. So, and I'm telling you, everybody who fucking called themselves a true crime channel, 90% of them only talked about Chris Watts. You know? Everybody thinks that I got a problem with Gray Hughes and his channel. I like Gray Hughes' channel. Because Gray Hughes, he's like, fucking, why is everybody still talking about fucking Chris Watts? You know? I was like, dude, I totally agreed with him. I completely agreed with the man. But, I'm not going to get into the rest of that because I don't want to repeat myself over and over again. But, yeah. It's asinine, man. It's asinine. And you just have a bunch of people who say they have true crime channels, but they don't cover true crime. It started off, I feel like people have channels because they started off getting into an argument with somebody in a Chris Watts group, and then they got mad at each other, and then one started a YouTube channel and started bitching and fuck you, because they didn't agree on the case, because, some people thought he was innocent, some people thought, yeah, and then what happens? You got somebody starting a YouTube channel and saying this shit about that person, and then this person starts a YouTube channel just to fire back at them, and then back and forth. People, they just started fucking growing out of the ground. And they were just Chris Watts bickering channels who had the nerve to call themselves true crime channels. While the people who actually have true crime channels are sitting there going, what the fuck is going on here? So, I know, that's exactly how it went, Darlene Wolf. I watched the fucking whole thing happen. I even had to, dude, I had to fucking take a hiatus off of social media altogether because it was fucking crazy. I made friends in that community that were fucking like, like, it's crazy, dude. Like, I actually feel bad for Kay. I feel bad for Kay. Because when I first started talking with Kay, when I first started interacting with Kay, Kay grilled me. Kay and her people fucking grilled me. Because they thought that I might be in cahoots with somebody that she made enemies with. And I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to fucking, I want to go on YouTube. I have this channel. I have this idea for a channel, and I want to do good things with it. And I want to try to make a difference. I want to do positive things. I have a voice. I want to use it. So, and I was making these really big changes in my life, and I thought it would be really cool to like share that with people. And I made a lot of friends in the process because I follow true crime, and I followed the Chris Watts case, but I really just wanted to see people just kind of really do positive things, move on from something that's beating a dead horse, and just do great things and utilize their talents. Because I'm a fan. I'm a fan of some of these channels, and I'm like, come on, let's see what you can do. And man, it was crazy. Yeah, Finn, I think we're well past that. I don't think that that's gonna happen. I don't think that that's gonna happen. Um, I really don't. I mean, I said before that I was down to, but man, she like I I took her as somebody that I could relate to, and I don't think that I can. At this point, I don't think that I can. Wow, Beth, did she really misspell the Ruchek's name? Really? Wow. Ugh. Like, come on, man. You ever heard of a fucking proofreader? Come on, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, Amy, you're right. If someone wants to write a book, write about putting your life on social media, digital footprint, or psychodynamic of YouTube. That's interesting. Absolutely. If I was a writer, I would totally do that. I would totally do that because I have been nonstop fascinated with the behavior surrounding this Watts case. That's a big reason why I stayed in this community, was just to kind of like, you know, that's the only reason I stayed in groups for as long as I did, was because I was like, this is fucking incredible. Look at these people over a situation that does not affect them directly at all. Like, okay, I listen, I get I get being upset about Bella and Cece and Shanann. I get it. I do. But for you to take it as far as trying to get somebody fired from their job because they said something bad about people who tragically died, innocent people who tragically died, but nonetheless, people you don't know, people you don't fucking have any type of connection with. I mean, it got fucking crazy. People were all of a sudden psychics and starting YouTube channels and saying that they're going to communicate with Bella through the fucking radio. Come on, man. That shit got insane, dude. I mean, it's yeah. Like I'm like, you people are acting fucking crazy. People are acting crazy. And then there's people that are like subbing to this lady, like, oh my god, I have to hear Bella's voice. Why? Even if you believe in that shit, why the fuck you need to hear Bella's voice? For what? There's something fucking wrong with you. There is something fucking wrong with you. Oh man. And it just and the thing is just it hasn't died down. It died down recently. I'm grateful for that, man. I don't know, man. Yeah, it totally brought out all of the nutters. Tony Janome. Am I high? All right. I was wondering how long it would take till I got a troll in here. Do not mute this person. Do not kick them out. I want to see how good their trolling skills are. What you got, Tony Janome? What you got? People who dictate who you can be friends with aren't friends. Yeah, I completely and absolutely agree with that. Amy Source Rex, my homie Amy. I would never ever do that. I would never ever do that. Be like, well, if you're friends with that person, then we can't be friends. Man, that's some. I would criticize people for that in middle school. I'd be like, why? I'm saying you're a fucking troll. I'm saying you're a troll. I'm saying you're a troll. You're not even good at it, Tony Janome. You're not even good at it. Yeah, see, my mods know what's up. My mods know what's up. Yeah, Tony Genome's awful quiet now. So, moving on. Yeah, it's middle school crap, Darlene Wolf. It's stupid. I don't, I don't play that shit. Like straight up. Like I don't tell people unless you did me serious fucking dirt, man. Unless you did me serious dirt, I'm 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 not going to cut my friendship off with you. I'm not going to delete you from my social media friends. I'm not going to do nothing like that. Unless you do something totally fucked up to me. And the thing is fucked up shit has been done to me, man. Fucked up shit has been done to me by people that I consider close friends. And I'm still friends with them. I'm one of the most forgiving people that I know. I man, when you there's some truth to that shit, man. There's some truth to that Christian shit that forgiveness is divine, because the feeling of liberation that there's a weight that comes off you when you can genuinely forgive somebody for doing you wrong, and you can empathize with them, where they were coming from. You try to understand where their mindset was at when they did something wrong to you, because there's all kinds of things. I mean, come on. All of us have done something wrong, right? Everybody in this chat has done something wrong where everybody everybody knows that like when you do something wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you take responsibility for it. It's a liberating feeling. It's a liberating feeling. And when you do something wrong and and somebody is so mad at you for doing them dirt, right? 90% of the time, if you're a good person, you were not doing it it was not coming from a malicious place, right? 90% of the time, it might have been coming from a very careless place. It might have been coming from a place where you did not uh where you did not it might be coming from a place where you did not have uh any intention of actually hurting the person that you hurt. You might have had another agenda, you know, and then before you know it, your actions really hurt somebody that you care about, and that person is like, you know what, fuck you, I don't want you in my life no more. So it makes sense to me, that every time that's happened to you, you wish if it's somebody you really care about, you spend time just like wishing to God that, you know, if this person could just see where I was coming from, I would never do anything to deliberately hurt this person. I wish they would forgive me. Fuck. You know? How many times have we all done that? I think everybody in this chat has done that. At least once. So it makes sense to try to apply that when somebody else hurts you. Right? it makes sense to try to apply that. In my personal opinion, it makes sense to try to apply that, and I do recommend it because I, I it's nice, man. It's nice to genuinely forgive somebody for something. You know, if you know the kind of person that they actually are, you know. Now there's other people that are just poisonous. I'm not trying to deny that. There are people in your life sometimes that are just fucking plain poisonous, right? And as poisonous as they are, and how many times you've forgiven them, they've done you dirt, and you've forgiven them once, twice, three times. It gets to a point to where you're lacking a level of self-respect if you continue to put up with that shit and you continue to allow yourself to be abused like that. So it makes sense to just cut them off. It makes sense to get them out of your life. You know, if somebody, I mean, sometimes you just got to take out the garbage, dude. Sometimes you just got to take out the garbage. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, if your house is stinking from your garbage, there ain't nothing wrong with taking it out. It's not doing you any good. It's just garbage sitting in your house. And it smells. And the dogs keep knocking it over. So, you just take it out. Nothing wrong with that. Right? But when it's somebody who genuinely feels bad and they have a reason for doing something, it's not an excuse, but they have a reason that you can actually maybe relate to. Try forgiveness, man. Like, 'cause it's nice. It's nice. It's nice. It's a nice feeling. You know? 'Cause like, I mean, you take somebody that you really care about, somebody that really cares about you, and you have all these good times together, and then this one bad thing happened. You know, like why do all the great things that went on between you have to end? Why does that have to be like that? You know, why does that no longer hold any water? Why does a person's 100 deeds have to be deleted just because of one wrong deed? Darlene Wolf, hey man, I get you. I feel you, man. There's no forgiving sometimes, and when somebody's, I don't know the situation, but I get you. Yeah, I've been in relationships where all we did was argue and argue and argue and argue, and then it's like, what are we doing? You know? It gets to a point where like, I love somebody so much where I'm like, I love you very, very, very much, but because you're not happy and I can't seem to make you happy, I gotta go. I've done everything in my power to make you happy, and you don't seem to be happy with me. And I'm not complimenting your existence. I'm detrimental to it in some way. So I'm not doing you any good. I gotta go. You know? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess. F bomb mom, what's up? I like your name. Are you a troll as well? I remember seeing you in chats. You were always respectful and funny. Wow, that was a year over ago. Yeah, closet addict. Yeah, that's hard, man. That's hard. Because the problem with there's a big issue with addiction, man. Addiction's a big deal because um, when you're an addict and you get to the point where you realize and you hit bottom, part of hitting bottom means that you've burned every bridge, right? Part of hitting bottom means that you have burned every single bridge and nobody believes a fucking thing you say anymore. You're done. Nobody gives a fuck what you have to say. Nobody wants to hear your story anymore. Nobody wants to. You're done. You used up everybody, right? So you lost those people's trust, and the hardest part of recovery is earning that trust back. That's a hard thing to do because as soon as somebody, uh, I don't know, man. It's hard to explain. As soon as you see what somebody's capable of, something very very nasty, and they did fucked up shit, and whether it was out of character and it was because they were an addict, I mean, all it takes is a relapse. You know what I'm saying? That's all it takes is a relapse. So it takes long time. It takes a long time to build this trust back with the people in your life. And that's a very difficult thing to do, and it's a very difficult thing to stay on task and stay on the path to self-improvement so that you can earn these people's trust back. It takes a lot of good deeds. It takes a lot of good deeds, and it takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of patience. Because at the end of the day, again, self-awareness comes into play because you've got to be willing to, and accountability is a big thing in that too. Accountability comes in because you've got to realize every time that somebody's like, nah, dude, nah, or they look at you funny, you know, whenever you come around, like you did that to yourself. Your actions are events that created this reaction from your loved ones. So what are you going to do, right? Okay, so F-bomb mom. All right. No, I'm not a therapist. And no, I'm not an addict, as a matter of fact. I have been an addict, but I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those people that feels like once an addict, always an addict, and then you just have to live with the fact that you're an addict. I don't think somebody necessarily has to wear that red A on their chest for the rest of their life. I don't think that that's. I think that's ridiculous. I think that's absolutely insane. That's that's one of the reasons why I remember. Actually, I've been talking about this in chat with a couple of people here, and and uh, I kind of wish this person was in the chat right now, but she's not. It's really late, so I'm not surprised. But there's a there's a girl that I recently subbed to, and she subbed to me, and I watched her live this morning. I chatted with her a little bit. She's really really cool. I think her name is Antonomy, um, and Antonomy something, and she's really really cool, and I think that she's in recovery at the moment. But and there's a few people that I've made friends with here that happen to be in recovery, and I think that that's great. Me personally, I am a believer of using your substances, but not letting your substances use you. Now, I don't. The lifestyle that I live right now, I like to exercise, I like to keep in shape, and I like to feel healthy, I like to feel good. So it's not worth it to me these days, being 44 years old, it's not worth it to me these days to go on a binge one night and then feel like shit the next day. Because these days I feel like extra shit the next day. And then I can't exercise. And then I get in a funk in my head. And right now, all I care about right now is just happiness and being happy. And so what happens is when I use any type of substances, um, not any type of substances, I still smoke weed from time to time. I like weed. But whenever I drink or whenever I would ever do, which I haven't done in a long, long time, um, But whenever I would do any other designer drugs, the next day I would feel fucking awful. So um, it contradicts the lifestyle that I'm leading now. So that's why I just don't do those things. And every now and again, I drink, but um, also whenever I do that, I'm realizing, fuck, the next day I regret it. As soon as you start to regret your actions, it's probably time to stop doing them. But I'm not trying to sit here and say, hey, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. On the contrary, I feel like people should go through a phase in their life where they actually have a good time and they party and they take a little bit of risk and have some fun. I believe in living your life. Absolutely. But just don't lose yourself in that. If you lose yourself in that, then you got a problem. But I do believe in having a good time. Um, and I'll always advocate for that. And I'll never judge anybody for having a good time. I just know what works for me and what doesn't. And I know what worked for me at one time and what doesn't. And I'm better off just not using for the most part. But that's the thing is, I might. Who knows? I might decide to. But I know that I'm not in a place where I need to self-medicate, because I thought it was really, really important. I thought it was really, really important to not replace one dependency for another. I used to I didn't like the idea of going to meetings. I tried that before. I would go to meetings. I would go to AA meetings, and I couldn't relate to anyone there because most everybody there were still in very dark places. The only difference was they weren't drinking anymore, but they were still in a very dark place. And I was like, this isn't helping me, because this is just going to help me stop drinking. But what's going to happen is I'm going to feel the dependency of having to come here to these meetings in replace of actually drinking, and I don't want that. I'm not interested in that. So, yeah. Um, I think I personally found it more therapeutic and more beneficial to actually dig deep and try to face the demons that made me feel the need to self-medicate. Um, and so once I discovered that, I realized that's going to be an ongoing struggle. It's never going to stop. And then I'm just going to have to get used to having that struggle. So I'm always struggling with depression, and I'm always struggling with anxiety. And it's just a question of trying to manage it properly. So that's what I go through every single day. And, uh, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that I don't, I feel like if you're, actually, let me not say that, because that applies to me, and I don't even want it to be misinterpreted as though it's something that should apply to everyone. I just know what works for me. That's all. So I don't necessarily want to to mislead anyone in any way whatsoever. So yeah. What's up, Pookie T? How we doing? Oh man, I gotta read you all a message that I got, man. I gotta read you all a message that I got. I'm gonna keep it anonymous, but these things, man, these things keep me going, man, on this channel, dude, and I absolutely love it. Um, so this actually happened a couple weeks ago, and I forgot to actually post it, or not post it, but read it to you guys. Um, so I get this message from one of my listeners. She says, um, um, in response to something. She says, I'm not going to get into all that. But she says, awesome. Thank you so much. You don't know how much it means to me for giving that subject time on your channel, my friend. We'll go watch it after chores. I wanted so bad to make that live, but funny story. I got knocked out by a cow yesterday evening, believe it or not, and a mild concussion. We were trying to herd one through the chute, and it got turned around. Bitch flew through the gate panel I happened to be standing at. The gate got me in my face and head and knocked me clean out. Thank goodness the vet and my hubby was there. I guess I landed in the shit though, so it was a soft landing at least. Haven't been knocked out since I was a teenager, but it's good for character, and I get knocked out every once in a while. Can't wait to listen. Thank you again. Hope your weekend is kick ass, Will. And yeah, that was actually last month I got that. But and I cracked up when I read that, and she said, and I asked her, I was like, "Can I read this live?" And she was like, "Yes." Um, so she writes back, "Thank you for sharing yourself, your life and insights. It's cool getting to know you. We have a lot in common. This group is totally growing and connecting more and more each day. Pretty fucking sweet to watch. Honored to be part of it." And I was like, "You are it. I'm crazy about you and the people in it." And she said, "Ditto." And she said, "Hey, I just wanted to thank you again for putting yourself out there, inspiring me and others to self-reflect and grow. I don't know why, but had this feeling you needed to hear this. You have made a difference in people's lives. Don't stop. Have a good week, man." And I, at the time, which was like last week, I said, I was like, "You have no idea how much I needed to hear this. Thank you." And then she said, "Took your advice and turned a fear of mine into excitement." Because there was one time where I kind of used the analogy at one point where something that you're afraid of, instead of being afraid of it, if there's no harm that could really come to you, uh, you know, kind of replace your fear for it with excitement. Get fired up for it, which I have reiterated is a lot easier said than done. But when you're able to just do that and take that step, you know, um, it's pretty rewarding, at least for me. So she said, took your advice and turned a fear of mine into excitement. Doing my first craft fair tomorrow. For the last 3 years, I haven't done one because of my fear of rejection, and you have inspired me. Thank you, Will. I know it's weird to say since we don't really know each other, but you keep making an impact on my life simply with your words. And I, of course, was just blown away by that. I said, wow, I love to hear that. Let me know how it goes, please, the craft fair. And then she writes me back, says, "It went awesome. Oh, Will, I hope you know what an awesome impact you are having on my life, as well as others. I put myself out there. I overcame my fear. I turned that fear into something amazing. I made some crazy awesome connections. And I have you to thank for it. If it wouldn't have been for you, I wouldn't have done it. Thank you." Those two words don't come close to the gratitude I have towards you, my friend. You are indeed a special person that I have so much mad respect for. And I think she just sent me another message right now. It's the truth I speak, and I am so grateful for you in my life. I will be your loyal friend till the end, always. So, to answer F-Bomb Mom's questions, people come to this channel because I share my personal experiences. I'm not an expert at anything. I just have personal experiences. So whatever the fuck, if I hope you're trolling, you're getting whatever you are getting out of this channel. I'm glad to oblige you if you're getting whatever you're trying to get out of this channel. Good for you. Knock yourself out. But other people are getting what they want out of this channel too. So I just wanted to make that abundantly clear. And that's why I'm doing it, and that's why I'm not going to stop doing it, and uh, and I'm really enjoying doing it. So sorry you're bored, but the other 44 people in here aren't. So thanks, Darlene Wolf. I appreciate that. Yeah, Pookie, how you doing, girl? Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing fantastic, actually. Be going to bed pretty soon, but no, no, that's just a clever name F bomb mom has. F bomb mod's just a sad old drunk. That's okay. I've been there. I know what that's like. Yeah, it is a great day to be alive. I had a really nice day today, man. I actually, yeah, that's why I'm up so late, man. I slept in. I slept in real late. I mean, I was on some other people's chats last night. It was fun. Um, Darlene Wolf, yeah, that's what the email is for, man. You can email me anything you want. You know, I will absolutely talk about it. F bomb mom. Well, maybe you should. I don't know. Maybe you need to have a drink. Cause I mean, if I'll tell you what, it's a lot more productive than coming on here and trolling. That's for sure. Oh yeah, I missed that Pookie T. I can't even remember who's. Hey, good night, old Ma Frazee. I can't even remember who I was watching last night. I watched you a little bit on Jay's, but yeah, Science Girls, man, her shit is always fun, dude. Um, she's so funny. I love Science Girl. She's super funny. Well, that's my point, F bomb mom. If this is the most fun you can think to have, dude, Jesus, I can't even imagine how lame your life is. I mean, seriously. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, one of these days, you know what I'm gonna do, man? One of these days, I'm gonna start using StreamYard, and I'm gonna let these trolls call in. That's what I'm gonna do. I love to talk to these people, get inside their head, because I mean, I mean, it is 3:51 in the motherfucking morning, and you got nothing better to do than to come on here and try to troll me, and you're not even good at it. Oh, yeah, no, go hard. What are you gonna do? You gonna dox me? You gonna get me swatted? Oh, yeah, my mods are mean. So yeah, so F mom, man, you've got the floor. We're all waiting on you. We're waiting to see what you got. Or I'm waiting to see what you got. What do you got? Cause see, I'm gonna let you know something. I'm gonna let you know something. I don't play this drama bullshit. I don't do it. Cause the minute that I get something that I can prosecute somebody for, you're gonna see somebody go hard. That's when you're gonna see somebody go hard, and I'm gonna make content out of it. It's gonna be fantastic. I'm gonna make content out of it. So is that all you got? Empty threats? Empty threats from a coward sock? That's all you got? Come on. You can do better than that. I'm not going to sit here and try to guess who you're trolling for, or I'm not going to sit here and guess who you are. Nothing like that. I'm just going to wait till you fuck up enough, and then I'm going to find out who you are and prosecute you. But until then, you're welcome to just sit here and act stupid in my chat. This chat's open to anybody if you want. Oh no, I will. I will absolutely go legal over YouTube. You better believe that shit. You better believe that shit. And I got time. I got time. So believe that shit. I will go legal. I will not play games with you. And I am just waiting for somebody to come along that I can make an example of. So, Jay's show tonight was fantastic. Um, yeah. Oh, that sucks that happens, Beth. Yeah, my phone sucks too, man. My phone, my phone is it's an older iPhone, but I put it through the wash. I put it through the fucking wash, man. And I yeah, and shockingly enough, it didn't fuck it up. Like, it's incredible. I got my yeah, man. Got my Batman wallpaper on there, which I think is dope. Oh, I work. I got a job. You obviously don't. Oh shit, the light went out. I'm looking at the replay and the light went out on my phone. Yeah, totally. Yeah. I Man, I put my sheets to wash and I forgot my phone was on my bed. And I put my fucking phone through the wash and I realized it was in there like halfway through the thing. It was like so yeah. Oh yeah, Mignon. That was bound to happen. I was in a very this is very very expected. I was in a very very childish chat. Uh and there were some very childish people in that chat. And uh and so, I knew when I would go live next that somebody from that chat would grace me with their presence. Exactly, Don J. I bet you're a great mom, F bomb mom. I bet you're fantastic. Clean conversations. Ha! I got that. That was funny. That was cute. Because of the phone going through the wash. It's funny, Darlene. It's awesome. I mean, yeah. I see. I kind of regret going on there only because, like, I honestly thought that this person had some real, like, there was a legal thing going on, right? And the thing is if you go and you make this shit public on here, and I'm gonna want to know what's going on with that shit. Because if it's something that affects the entire community, like people swatting each other, people doxing each other, and I think it's no, Connie's no. This person's not even nearly as smart as Connie, Pookie T. Connie has a much better vocabulary. I don't even think Connie would even troll. I think Connie has enough integrity to even like use her own name. This is a coward with a sock. This is somebody who doesn't want me to know who they are. But I have ways. I'm just waiting for somebody to fuck up. But yeah. But yeah, this is a coward with a sock with no they have no they don't want anybody to know. Nobody likes Connie Pookie T. Yeah. Well, I'm really I'm so I'm just so impressed. I'm just so impressed with what you're doing so far. But what's funny is I actually know exactly who this is. I know exactly who this is. Yeah, that's Darlene Wolf. Yeah, she doesn't have anything up because that's it's not even a real channel. She's using a fake channel to troll me because she doesn't have the conviction to to say who they are. I mean, it's a child. it's a child in a gross, ugly, you know, sit at home and not want to do a goddamn thing with themselves body. So they're mad at the whole world for it. So they come on other people's channels at 4 o'clock in the morning because because they got nothing better to do, because they can't figure out why everybody on YouTube hates who they are. Oh, I know who you are. I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of saying your name, though. But I know exactly who you are. It's just a sad, pathetic, same person who always trolls me. Keeps trolling other people, too. It's just a sad, sad, pathetic specimen of a human being who can't do a fucking thing with themselves. And even in a social situation, people are onto who they are and what they're doing, and then they just find themselves naturally gravitating away from them. And before they know it, they're all alone, and they know they're not welcome anywhere. The real them isn't welcome anywhere, so they have to take on these fake accounts so that they can get in somewhere else, because most other channels probably block them. And so they have to take on these fake channels just to get in anywhere and try to get any attention that they can. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very proud of the money that I make, cuz I do it honestly, and I spend my time productively. So, yeah. Um I'm guessing that you probably don't even earn minimum wage. That's what I'm guessing. And I'm guessing if you do earn anything, this type of behavior is that of somebody who. So, yeah, Oni doesn't give a fuck enough about me to fucking troll me. That's real. But anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a night. It's going on 2 hours. Actually, yeah, I am. I wouldn't expect you to understand why. F bomb mom. But yes, I am absolutely happy with my income. What's up, Carla D? No, it's not a male. It's not a male breaking the silence. Yolanda, what's happening? No, you're not bothering me. You're bothering other people in my chat right now. Um, but you're not bothering me. But it's like going on 2 hours now, and I'm really tired. I'm really tired. Oh, Pookie T, Pocket Pookie T. You know I love you. But yeah. Well, it depends on what you consider a loser. See, here's the thing. You're answering your own question, because my perception of being a winner is somebody who is happy. Somebody who's a loser is clearly unhappy. And out of the two of us, I mean, it's pretty obvious which one of us is unhappy. So, Oh man, yeah. See, yeah. Well, yeah. That makes sense. If you are a male, yeah, your behavior would make sense because you're not acting like any man would. That's for damn sure. Man wouldn't hide behind a sock. That's for damn sure. Cause see me, I'm the kind of guy that when I insult you, I want you to know who's insulting you. Guaranteed. Every time. That I can promise you. If I insult you, you're going to know who it's coming from. You're going to absolutely know where it's coming from. Guaranteed. Well, breaking the silence, that's because it would make you a coward. It would absolutely make you a coward. Hey, Serenity B. Wow, I haven't seen you in so long. Thank you so much. It's so good to see you. Yolanda Meadowcroft. Yeah, no, you don't need to. I am I am quite secure in my masculinity. I promise you that. There is absolutely nothing that this person is saying that I'm uh, taking any offense by. See, the thing is for somebody to hurt my feelings, I would have to give a fuck about that person. For even it, and there's sometimes there's people that I give a fuck about. There's people that I truly care about, and even some of them when they insult me, I don't get offended. And the reason I don't get offended by them because usually they're kind of slow, you know. So I might care about them and I might love them, but I understand that the reason why they're not, you know. So you can't take that personally. So anyway, guys, this has been fun. Oh, I appreciate everybody joining the chat and putting up with all this bullshit. Um, I actually, yeah. I mean, it gets to a point to where like it's not funny or entertaining anymore. So I'm good. I'm done for the night. I'm gonna call it, and I really appreciate you guys coming on. I had a good time. Um, I'm glad to have gotten certain things off my chest, and like I said, I just wanted you guys to know where I was coming from. So it's only fair, especially to the new subscribers. So I just want you to know what you're getting into with me, the kind of guy that I am, what I'm about, and I really hope that you stick with it and we'll have fun. We've got fun things coming. Night, guys.